In this clip, what we're looking at is an example of a business network. Now, there are a number of components within the business network itself. Okay, so in this little section here, we've got all of our PCs that you see around the academy. Now, all of the PCs in the academy are then connected to the switch. Now, the switch here is inside the server room in the academy itself. Now, you will have as many switches as there are PCs. Now, in this one, we've only got 4 ports and 3 computers. Now, all the switches are then attached to the servers. So in this case, we've got 3 servers. Now, we know that there are a number of different servers and they do different things. So we could have a file server, we could have an email server, and we could also, in this case, what we're going to call this one is we're going to call this the web server. Now, the web server will allow us to get information from the internet. So, essentially what happens here is that the web server is connected, and now this thing is called the firewall. Now, the firewall is set up in such a way that it can block information coming in and going out of the network. So, what happens there is that the firewall is also connected to the router. Now, the router, again, gets the information from the internet, which is out here. Okay, so let me just go through that one more time. So you've got the PCs that are connected to the switches. The switches then connect to the servers. The servers are connected to the firewall connects to the router, which gets the information from the outside world. Now, how does the switch work? So, what happens is the PC will look for some information from either the file, the email, or the web server. So let's just say it's looking for the file server, for a file in the file server. So the PC sends off its request, it goes through the switch into the file server. Now the file server will return the information back to the switch. Now the switch disseminates or determines through which port it will go. Now the advantage of this is that it's not going to send everything back to every single computer. It identifies which computer looked for the information and sends it back to that computer there. Similarly, if we were looking for something like something from the web, again, the PC puts a request through the web server, through the switch. Then it will go through the firewall and the router and make the request out into the internet. It will then take that information back in. Now, if the firewall believes that the information being taken from outside the network is faulty, or if it's going to do some harm or damage, it will stop it there. Once it identifies the information coming back in as being good, it will come back through into the web server, which will bring it down into the switch, which will identify which PC to send the information back to, and that will send that back to that information there.